Okay guys, I am back. This is going to be the last video I make in this series. The next one will be the flip through. I come across this today. It's called a double point fold card, and I actually saw it on Stamptastic Designs. And of course, I'm gonna junk journal it up. So I am going to use a book page. This is Reader's Digest page from something I gutted, and all I did was use some glue stick and fold it in half, and I trimmed it to 3 by 5 1/4. And then I took a piece of coffee dyed paper, and I wrote the measurements on there, 2 3/4 by 5 for this size. So I'm just going to glue that down. You could make this way more elaborate. The video is, of course, using scrapbook paper. I think she's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. But I had never seen this before, and I just thought, oh, that would be a cool journaling spot. So that's what I'm going to do with it. So rather than make a card, I'm making a journal spot. Okay, so there we go. So there's my journal spot. Alright, now this is where the double fold part, double point fold comes in. I've got these pieces that are from the kit that are 3 by 3, and one is going to go at the top, one is going to go at the bottom. So I've scored an inch from the top of this one and an inch from the bottom of this one, and because basically it's going to be glued to the bottom and come up this way. This one's going to be glued to the back of this one and come down this way, which would be fine in and of itself. However, we are going to make points. So what we're going to do is fold this in to make points and try to get it. If I line it up on the grid, I can do a little bit better here. Try and line it up, and then match this one up to this one. Not perfect, but it'll do. Okay, and then this one also, I want to, and I've just kind of pinched it right here in the middle to give me a where to start kind of reference. Fold that up, and that is way off. I'll have to fix this here. There we go. Okay, so I want to go ahead and ink. Probably should have inked this coffee dyed paper before I put it on, but that's okay. It'll get inked right now. Just want to ink around the edges of this, just to distress it a little, because that's how I do. Blotting over here doesn't work. Got to use the ink pad. Just want to do these. We're going to glue those points down. I want to go ahead and do the front. Yeah, when I saw this, I was like, oh, that is so cute. I wish I could think up these things. I usually have to have a jumping off point. So while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and this is another piece from the kit, and it is 1 3/4 by 3 1/2, and this is going to be our piece that goes from point to point, which I'll show you in a moment. I'm just using my 1/4 inch corner chomper. Yeah. Okay. Oh, one more. Don't need the ink pad though. I have a ticket, which is going to be where we tuck in our little bridge piece. There we go. Okay, so what we've got here, this is the bottom piece. So we are going to glue this to the back. So I just want to put a little glue down here. And I don't want to go over the edge. I want to take that down. Okay. Now I've got a bunch. You hear me over here rubbing my hands together. I've got a bunch of junk on my hands. I guess it doesn't really matter which way up this goes, but all right, so this is the top. What I want to do is kind of lay it on here like this, so I know the front part is where I want it, and then lay the back down. There we go. And I'll do the same to this piece, staying away from the fold, and lay this on here and fold it down. Okay, so there's our top and bottom piece. Now what I want to do with this is going to be, actually before I do this, I did it backwards on my other one. I want to glue these pieces down. Because it's easier to do it now than later. Because I want to cover over this triangle area. If it was double-sided paper, you wouldn't have to do this, but because I'm using printed sheet cut-offs, I'm just going to do it this way with some of the other scraps that I cut off. And so I just want to put that there, not too close, staying away from the edge. I'm going to ink over that when it's dry. I'll rub that down. I'm going to flip it around and do the other side the same. Okay. Just put that right up to it, but not over it, because I want it to be able to, yeah, see, I want to, if you turn this over, you'll be able to see if you need to pull that up a smidge. Because see, that one's too tight on that corner there. Got to be able to fold that down. There we go. That's what I should have done. I should have tucked it under there first, laid that down. Okay. So it's a little further than I thought. Okay, and then I want to trim that off. And like I said, if you're using double-sided paper, you won't have to worry about this step. But I thought about just leaving it, but then I thought, no, I went to this much trouble to make something cool. Might as well line it. Okay. And it didn't take that long to do it anyway. Oops, I missed that little snip. Okay. All right. So that's what our inside is going to look like. Okay, so we've got the bottom and the top, and now what we're going to use is we're going to put this on there, and then we will use the ticket for a little tuck to keep it closed, and then you'll kind of like a matchbox. So let me see how far I want this up. I think I want this on the second line. Yeah, so I'm just going to put the glue here on the second line in the triangle. And I want to center that the best I can here, making sure that it's a smidge this way. There we go. Oops. I get it all lined up and then I let go and smudge it. I think that looks good. My fingers are horribly inky. Okay, so this is going to go down here. And so I just want to glue the bottom of this one. And maybe the corners here. But that way this will tuck in to that spot. Making sure that I don't glue it down. So I want to let that dry. Okay, so I want to put a little bling here. Got 5 rhinestones. Let's put that there. There we go. And that didn't seem like quite enough for me, so I had to add a little bit of eyelash yarn here. Just about a 2-inch measurement, not an awful lot. There we go. And I have a button with some waxed linen, cord, string, whatever you want to call it. And I will put that right in the middle of that. Hold it for a second. Alright, I think I'm going to have to put a clip on it. And I'll do my little swap out. Since I'm doing 2 journals, I can do that. So this is what it looks like finished. And it just tucks in that bottom ticket, and then you open it and you can journal here. And I thought that was really, really neat. So yeah, I hope you'll try it. I had a lot of fun making this card, journal card. So I'm going to call it a double point fold journal card. And we will be sticking it in one of the pockets in our Nature's Music journal. And then next time you see me, well, maybe not the next time you see me, but the next time you see this journal, it'll be in a flip through, because I am also working on the Rosy Elegance, and I've got some ephemera to finish up for that one as well. So anyway, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.